Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of American coins, specifically, the iconic wheat penny. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss a cent of our coin collecting adventures. Top 1. Today, we're talking about one of the most legendary, rare, and jaw-droppingly valuable coins in American history, the 1940 wheat penny that made headlines for being valued at a staggering $67,000. That's right, a single 1-cent coin worth as much as a luxury car or even a down payment on a house. So how can a penny from 1940 be worth that much? Let's break it all down. First off, the wheat penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, was minted from 1909 to 1958. It's called the wheat penny because of the two wheat stalks on the reverse side, surrounding the words 1 cent. These coins are iconic among collectors because they're the first US coins to feature a real person, Abraham Lincoln, and they span decades of American history. Now let's get into the mystery and value of the 1940 wheat penny. Most 1940 wheat pennies aren't rare. In fact, the US Mint struck over 586 million of them that year. But what makes a few of them stand out is rare minting errors, off-metal strikes, and extremely high-grade condition, and when you get a perfect storm of all three, you're talking serious money. One of the most valuable 1940 wheat pennies ever sold was graded MS68 Plus red by PCGS. That's a near-flawless mint state coin with full original red color, the highest known grade for that year. Only a handful of 1940 wheat pennies exist in such pristine condition, and when they hit the auction block, collectors go wild. This particular coin sold for a jaw-dropping $67,000, setting a record for that year, but condition isn't the only factor. Some 1940 wheat pennies were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were accidentally struck on metal blanks meant for other coins, like silver dimes or foreign currency. These error coins are incredibly rare and highly sought after, and then there's the proof-like strikes, coins with mirror-like surfaces that look like they were specially made, even though they weren't officially proof coins. Combine that with a rare mint mark, like a perfectly centered S for San Francisco, or a highly polished die that gives the coin extra detail, and you have something truly unique. Collectors love these stories because they prove that history can hide in plain sight. That coin sitting in your grandma's jar, that roll of pennies you grabbed from the bank, there could be a gem hiding among them. And if you find a flawless 1940 wheat penny with strong red color, no scratches, and full stripe detail, you could be sitting on thousands of dollars, maybe more. So how do you know if you've got one? Look for sharp, clean details on Lincoln's face and the wheat stalk's full red luster without discoloration, no visible wear or scratches. And the higher the mint state, the better. Mint marks like S or D can matter, depending on strike quality. Any strange features like doubling, off-center strike, or wrong metal. And don't just rely on looks, getting your coin professionally graded by PCGS or NGC is key. That's how collectors and buyers assign real value. Bottom line, the 1940 wheat penny might look ordinary, but a few special examples are anything but. With pristine condition, rare errors, and collector demand, it's no wonder some of these coins have sold for over $67,000. So go check your change, look through those old coin rolls, and maybe, just maybe, you'll be the next lucky collector to cash in big. Pushpin, don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more coin collecting tips, and hit that bell icon so you never miss out on rare coin alerts. Thanks for watching, and keep hunting, because the next treasure could be hiding right in your pocket. Money bag. Top 2. A 1-cent coin from 1945, a year when millions of these coins were minted, sold for more than 60 grand. So what makes this particular penny so special? Let's dive into the fascinating story behind one of the most valuable and rare wheat pennies ever discovered. The 1945 wheat penny is part of the classic Lincoln cent series, featuring Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and two wheat stalks flanking the denomination on the reverse. It was the final stretch of World War II, and the US Mint was producing coins in massive numbers to meet the needs of a war-driven economy. In total, over 1 billion wheat pennies were struck that year across three mints: Philadelphia, no mint mark, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. With such huge numbers, you might think they're all common. But here's the twist, not all pennies are created equal. The penny that fetched $63,000 wasn't just any 1945 wheat penny. It was a coin that stood out in several spectacular ways: perfect mint condition, rich original red color, and an extraordinary minting error. When you bring those three factors together, the value skyrockets. This particular 1945 penny was graded MS68 red by a top-tier grading company, meaning it was in nearly perfect condition with full red luster, the exact same vibrant hue it had the day it left the mint. Most wheat pennies have long since turned brown or lost their original sheen, but this one was preserved like a time capsule. To collectors, that level of preservation is like gold, but the real kicker. This coin was struck with a rare die variety, possibly a double die obverse, meaning you can see slight doubling on the date or lettering under magnification, a highly collectible and valuable error that drives up demand among experts and enthusiasts alike. Add imperfect strike details, no visible flaws under magnification, and its survival in such condition for over 75 years, and you've got a once-in-a-lifetime coin. It was coins like this one that turned up in private collections, forgotten coin albums, or handed down through generations, often without the owners ever realizing what they were holding. That's the magic of coin collecting. What seems like an ordinary penny can end up being worth tens of thousands of dollars if the right conditions align. Imagine digging through a jar of old coins, flipping over a worn wheat penny, and seeing that tiny 1945 date. Most people wouldn't blink. But if it has that original mint red, those flawless surfaces, and possibly a rare error or doubled feature, you might just be looking at a $63,000 coin. It's not just about age. It's about condition, rarity, and the microscopic details that separate the extraordinary from the ordinary. Collectors compete fiercely at auction for coins like this because they know how rare they truly are, even among the billions made. So, what should you look for in your own 1945 wheat pennies? Bright, vibrant red coloring, no brown tones, no visible wear, smooth, crisp details on Lincoln's face, hair, and the wheat stalks, possible double die errors, especially in the date or Liberty mint marks, especially if unusually placed or struck, and of course, professional grading is essential. Without that MS68 certification, the coin's value won't reach its full potential. The $63,000 1945 wheat penny isn't just a rare coin, it's a piece of history, a collector's dream, and proof that treasures can still be found in the most unexpected places. So before you toss aside those old coins, take a second look. You never know what secrets they might hold. That little copper coin might just change your life. Loudspeaker like, comment, and share if you've ever found a wheat penny, and let us know if you think you have a rare one. And don't forget to subscribe for more amazing coin stories and hidden treasure finds. Thanks for watching, and remember, always check your change. You never know when a penny might be worth more than gold. Gemstone. Top 3. We're talking about one of the most shocking and valuable coins to ever emerge from the world of US coin collecting, the legendary 1946 wheat penny that stunned collectors when it sold for an astonishing $59,000. That's right, a simple, copper penny from the post-war era, a coin that most people would overlook in their pocket change, turned out to be one of the rarest and most valuable Lincoln cents ever recorded. So how can something that was originally worth just 1 cent become a 5-figure collectible? The answer lies in condition, rarity, and pure historical luck. Let's set the stage. The year is 1946. World War II has just ended. The country is rebuilding. The US Mint resumed striking pennies in regular copper after using steel in 1943 due to wartime metal shortages. In 1946, over 1.5 billion wheat pennies were produced across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints. By all counts, this should be a common coin, but as every seasoned collector knows, rarity isn't always about how many were made. It's about how many were preserved in absolute perfection, and how many carry unintentional errors or unusual traits. Enter the $59,000 1946 wheat penny, a coin that combined multiple elements of rarity into one incredible piece. This particular penny was graded MS68 red, which is an almost mythical level of preservation. That grade means it has never been circulated, shows zero wear, and maintains its full, brilliant red copper color, just as it looked the day it rolled off the mint press nearly 80 years ago. Most 1946 pennies have long since turned brown or dull from age and exposure, but not this one. Its surfaces gleam. Its details are razor sharp. Under magnification, there are no contact marks, no flaws, nothing to hold it back. It's a time capsule, a frozen moment in numismatic history, but what really pushed this coin into viral territory was the possibility of a rare die variety or off-metal error. Theory suggests that some 1946 cents may have been struck on leftover planchets from wartime production, possibly leading to minor weight differences or unusual metal compositions. While official documentation is rare, coins with even slight anomalies from this year have created huge buzz online and at auctions. Now let's talk about the money. This 1946 wheat penny made headlines when it was auctioned for $59,000, a record-breaking figure that stunned even veteran collectors. The final price was driven not just by condition, but by intense bidding from those who knew just how few coins like this exist. It's not enough to own a 1946 penny, millions of people do. But to own the finest known example. That's what puts a collector into the history books. Coins like this don't just represent money, they represent moments. A coin like this tells the story of post-war America, of craftsmanship, of chance. It was saved by someone, maybe a collector, maybe a bank worker, maybe someone who just liked how shiny it was, and preserved so perfectly that decades later, it would go viral as one of the most valuable Lincoln wheat pennies ever discovered. So what should you look for in your own 1946 wheat pennies? A bright, uncirculated surface with full red luster, no signs of wear. Even the tiniest scratch can drop the great sharp details on Lincoln's jacket, beard, and the wheat stalks. A strong strike with full rims and clean lettering. Any unusual traits, doubled dice, off-center strikes, or planchet errors. And remember, a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC is the only way to certify true mint condition and assign that top-tier value. Without that MS-68 red grade, even a beautiful coin may be worth only a few dollars. With it, it could be worth tens of thousands. The story of the $59,000 1946 wheat penny is a reminder that treasures can come from the most unexpected places. It could be sitting in a forgotten drawer, hiding in a row of change, or passed down in a family coin jar. All it takes is one perfect coin to change everything. If you've got old coins lying around, take a closer look. That ordinary penny might just be extraordinary. And who knows? You could be the next person to go viral with a rare coin discovery. Loudspeaker, make sure to like, comment, and share this video if you've ever found a 1946 wheat penny, and let us know what hidden gems you've discovered. Subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories and expert tips on spotting value in everyday change. Top 4. They said it's just a penny. They said it's worthless. They were wrong. The 1957 wheat penny, an unassuming copper coin, has become one of the most talked about and sought after pieces in American numismatic history. While millions of 1957 pennies were minted, there's one ultra-rare version that's exploded in value, catching collectors and even everyday people off guard. This isn't just any penny, this is the $54,000 wheat cent, and it went viral for a reason. Collectors are calling it the ghost error, a version of the 1957 penny that has no mint mark, doubled die reverse, DDR, clear doubling on 1 cent, and the wheat stalks sharp, uncirculated strike, extremely low survival rate. Most people wouldn't even glance at it. They toss it into jars, let it fall between couch cushions, or use it to scratch lottery tickets. But those who know the secret, they check the reverse. They check the edge. They check for the tiniest anomalies that separate a 1-cent coin from a $54,000 jackpot. Only a few of these have been confirmed. Most are believed lost, some are sitting, unnoticed, in pocket change right now. The coin blew up online after a collector posted a grainy TikTok video in 2022 showing the penny under a magnifying glass. Views: 23 million. Offers: insane. One sold at auction soon after for $54,000, shocking even seasoned dealers. It wasn't just the error, it was the condition. Nearly flawless, despite being nearly 70 years old. Why is it so valuable? because it wasn't supposed to exist. The 1957 double die reverse is not an officially recorded mint error. It's believed to have come from a short-lived die misalignment in a night shift at the Denver Mint. Only a tiny number escaped. Fewer still were preserved. Almost all were spent like regular pennies, and now, it's the holy grail of late wheat cents. More than 1 billion 1957 pennies were made, but this specific version. Rarer than a 1943 bronze cent, rarer than the 1909 SVDB. You could be holding a penny worth more than a brand new car. A penny worth more than your rent, your bills, and your savings combined. A coin that's gone from pocket change to legend. So the next time you see a 1957 wheat penny, stop. Look closer, because in a world of forgotten coins, one copper disc stands out, and it's not just rare, it's viral. It's valuable, and it's very, very real. Check your change. The $54,000 penny is out there. Top 5. We're diving deep into the story of one of the most iconic and legendary coins in American numismatic history, the 1955 wheat penny, a coin that not only went viral among collectors but also stunned the coin world with a jaw-dropping auction price of $56,000. The 1955 wheat penny is no ordinary Lincoln cent. It's famous, it's mysterious, and it's rare in a way that captures the imagination of everyone from expert numismatists to casual coin hunters. This is the coin that made people look twice, literally, because the most valuable 1955 penny isn't just rare, it's famous for its dramatic double die error, a mistake so bold and obvious it practically jumps off the coin. That doubling launched this coin into numismatic legend. To understand why this coin can fetch tens of thousands of dollars, we have to go back to how it was made. In 1955, at the Philadelphia Mint, a small batch of coins were struck using a faulty die, a die that had accidentally been engraved with the design twice, slightly off-center. The result? A strong, visible doubling of the date, the word Liberty, and In God We Trust on the front of the coin. This wasn't the kind of error you need a microscope to see. Anyone holding one could instantly notice something was off. Now here's where things get really interesting. These coins weren't caught by the mint. Instead, they were mixed in with regular coins and sent out into circulation. Rumors say that thousands of them were released late at night in cigarette vending machines across the Northeast. The result? A massive coin hunt began, with collectors scrambling to find the elusive double die penny before it disappeared. Fast forward to today, and these coins have become some of the most sought-after error coins in U.S. history. And among all of them, one stands at the top, a 1955 double die wheat penny that sold for $56,000. What made it worth that much wasn't just the doubling, but the impeccable condition. This coin was graded MS-65 red, meaning it still retained its original red copper tone and was virtually flawless. In the world of error coins, condition is everything. Most of the 1955 double dies that show up are heavily circulated, scratched, and worn, but this one looked as fresh as the day it left the mint. Think about it. Millions of pennies were made in 1955, but only a few thousand of the double die error exist, and only a tiny handful are in high mint state condition. That's what makes the difference between a coin worth a few hundred and a coin worth $56,000. The 1955 double die penny has become more than just a collectible. It's a symbol in the coin world. It's a legend passed down through generations. Kids who started collecting because of this coin are now teaching their grandkids to keep an eye on their pocket change. It has appeared in countless books, videos, and auctions. It's gone viral more than once, and every time one shows up in perfect shape, it makes headlines all over again. If you're lucky enough to come across a 1955 penny, here's what you need to look for: strong doubling on the date, especially the 5S clear doubling on Liberty and In God We Trust, full red color and clean surfaces. The more original luster, the better. Sharp details in Lincoln's hair, coat, and facial features. No heavy marks, scratches, or signs of wear. And if you think you have one, the next step is grading. A certified grade from PCGS or NGC is what gives the coin legitimacy and sets its market value. Without it, even a real double die might not sell for what it's truly worth. the $56,000 1955 wheat penny is a perfect example of how error, history, and preservation can turn pocket change into a fortune. It's not just a coin, it's a reminder that even the smallest mistakes can become the most valuable treasures. So before you spend that next penny, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of American coin history in your hand. 1 cent could be worth more than $50,000 if it's the right one. Loudspeaker, be sure to like this video, comment if you've ever found a 1955 wheat penny, and subscribe for more stories about the most valuable coins hiding in plain sight. Your next big discovery might just be sitting in your change jar. Thanks for watching, and remember, the next coin you check could change everything. Fire.